श्रीभीष्म उवाच इति मतिरूपकल्पिता वितृष्णा भगवती सात्वतपुङ्गवे विभुम्नि स्वसुखमुपगते क्वचिद्विहर्तुं प्रकृतिमुपेयोषि यद्भव प्रवाह.
Hare Krishna. This is the way Bhishma Stuti has to be sung. And if we can learn this, then it will be a special gift for the pleasure of the Lord. Now coming to today's topic, commentaries by various acharyas on this shlok of Srimad Bhagavatam 1.9.32. Now a question may arise that what is the need for acharya commentaries when Srila Prabhupada has said that everything is there in my books. So Srila Prabhupada only explains in Bhishma Stuti, in his purport, he writes that there are innumerable expansions of a Supreme Personality of Godhead, and there are innumerable pure devotees who are engaged in the service of the Lord in different humors, in different rasas, and hence their vision is different, and hence their perspective is different, and hence there are different commentaries. And verily so, because love cannot be confined within boundaries. Hence, to understand the mood of different acharyas through the vision of Srila Prabhupada, as in fact Srila Prabhupada himself has also mentioned most of these acharyas in his purports. But we are just consolidating all the information, all the different acharyas, their perspectives at one place for the pleasure of the devotees, and hence we are discussing the acharya commentaries. Now another question may arise, when there are so many numerous commentaries by various acharyas, so how do we ascertain that whether a commentary is authentic or not? So Srila Prabhupada very clearly describes that for a commentary to be authentic, it has to be from our Gaudiya Vaishnava Sampradaya, because they can only understand the mood, the loving mood of a devotee with the Lord. And also because if we can ascertain that the goal of all the acharyas is one, if their goal is one, and that one goal is to please Krishna, so that's how also we can ascertain whether a commentary is authentic or not. The goal should be to please Krishna. And Srila Prabhupada has said that the details may vary. The plan is one, to please Krishna. So we are discussing these acharya commentaries. Now coming on to our very first Vaishnava, Gaudiya Vaishnava Sampradaya Acharya, Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur. Who was he? He was the fourth descendant. He was the fourth descendant in the disciplic line of Narottam Das Thakur. And he is, in fact, he has given Rasik commentary on Srimad Bhagavatam, which is known by the name of Sararth Darshani. So here Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur, he describes, he writes, he gives his commentary in a very different perspective. So he says, iti matir upkalpita vitrishna. He says, iti, now this mati, mind, upkalpita, he takes this upkalpita as a gift, vitrishna. So he says that at this time, when Bhishma Deva is lying on the deathbed of arrows, and all the sages have gathered at that very place to show his affection to the dying Bhishma Deva, and all the demigods have also are also present there, and Lord Shri Krishna himself has come to give his darshan to Bhishma Deva. So now at this time Bhishma Deva says that at this very best time I want to give my best thing. Out of love I want to give something to Krishna. And what is that thing? Krishna himself only desires. In Bhagavad Gita he says 9.34, Man mana bhav mad bhakto mad yaji mam namaskuru. Man mana. Krishna says, give me your mind. So here Bhishma Dev says that I am giving you my mind. That although I am physically unfit, but still my mind is sound and I want to gift you this very mind. Now Krishna says that, okay, you want to give me your mind, but this mind is full of this worldly material desires. What about that? So Bhishma Dev says, that by your mercy, I have purified throughout my life by serving unto you, by thinking about you. I have purified this mind of all this material, my selfish desires, and now, thus being purified, I am now giving this pure thing, my free will unto you. So this is the version of Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur, he says. And he says, Vi Trishna, out of this selfish desires, I have no selfish desire. And this pure mind I am giving unto you, he says, Bhagavati.